Hey, this week we're going to show you how to turn a tired-looking big rig into one that looks like $1 million.
We'll show you how to do a blood test on some of your engine's vital fluids.
All that and more on Motorhead Garage. Now, oil analysis is something a lot of fleets do, a lot of independent truckers do. Why is it important?
Well, it's funny you say that. A lot of guys don't do it. Some do it, but a lot of guys don't. Why it's so important is it's no different than you going to the doctor and getting your heart report back after your blood test. Truly, that's what it is. It's a blood test for your truck.
So you're taking some oil out of the, sample the oil out of the engine and testing it to find out what's going on.
So what we do is we simply extract the oil, put it here in the machine, dip it down, and hit the start button, and what that does is over a 15-minute period, it'll analyze all the wear metals inside that motor.
And once you do that, what do you get out of it then?
What you do is you get a report, and that report can either be good, it can be bad, it can be a number of different things. But you know, you talked earlier about extending drain intervals. Actually, this report tells me that this guy hasn't changed his oil in quite some time, and also he's got antifreeze in his oil.
Okay, so I see you got all these different wear metals in here, and it's got like a percentage here, I guess, of how much wear there is taking place, right?
Correct.
Okay, so I guess these engines sooner or later are going to have to be overhauled. The question is when, and try to determine exactly when's a good time to do that before you get in a serious problem.
Well, the interesting part about this is once an abnormal sample is taken, immediately via email through our website, a fleet manager will get this email sent to him and say, hey, you've got an abnormal sample sitting in a Rush Truck Center somewhere. What do you want to do with this? And it gives them that information.
Now, I notice here you've got red, there's red highlighted, and there's yellow. What's the red mean?
The red means you got a problem today. You need to deal with that today while it's in the bay.
And what's that showing us here?
That's showing us we've got some potassium in, and we've also got some sodium in there along with the coolant.
So we got a coolant leak in there.
We got a coolant leak.
All right, now show me what that can do.
A coolant leak, it can be devastating. I can tell you, if you look at this cylinder here, you can see the unevenness of the rust. Yeah. And the pitting, which will eventually leave the hole right in the cylinder wall.
Is this what they call cavitation?
Absolutely.
So that'll just gradually chip away the cylinder wall until you get a little hole poked in there, and then you get your coolant.
We like to call this the silent killer. Okay. Nobody ever looks at coolant.
Now, how can you eliminate that?
Typically what you do, you treat this exactly like you do a PM. This is a brand new technology that's on the market. You take the coolant sample, just like very similar that you did the oil sample, you place it in, and within 1 minute, it's going to tell you what your pH is on your coolant. And
why is that important to keep that pH balanced?
Well, you got to make sure that you have the correct freeze points, the correct DCA, SCA levels, and more importantly, you want to make sure that a driver's not going there and putting water in your system and contaminating it.
Well, now you can see how important this is to keep track of what's going on in your engine, not only for long life, but also to help control the cost, right?
Absolutely.
All right, this is a good deal. This is something that everybody should do.